What's up, everybody? Welcome to my channel. This is Thomas. I am the lukewarm mess. I'm in an undisclosed location right now. Anywhere you see white picket fences is New Albany. Right. This is just to the left of me is a very rich man's house. Did you see the gate? And that house in front. No trespassing. So anytime the president used to come, and I'm come into Columbus, Ohio, or area, they would stay the night in this billionaire's house that we just passed. Did you see the gate that was out front? This is New Albany, Ohio. The city Epstein built. So this house that we just passed, I'm about to pass again, Epstein's old house, it is surrounded by white fences, just like New Albany. All New Albany is surrounded by white fences. But what's particular about this house is there's a sheriff at a post. We passed it earlier. We're about to pass an old house, boom. And then this little driveway right here, boom. There's a sheriff that's posted up. If you know, like I know, they will have you pulled over in a heartbeat. Next to his old spot, Epstein's, is a huge housing development with rich neighbors. Everybody was like hand-picked. They're either from the area, you know, or whatnot. This is New Albany, Ohio. Welcome to New Albany, Ohio. There's the high school back there. This is a Richie Rich High School. If you don't know what I mean by Richie Rich High School, watch the movie Richie Rich with Macaulay Culkin. And old roommate, she went to New Albany High School, her and her friends, and she actually told me that they had a McDonald's in that high school. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. And not only that, she worked for Starbucks, and she was telling me that Starbucks was talking about putting one in that high school for those rich kids. But there is 3 things you never want to say while you are in New Albany. Epstein. If you know like I know, New Albany police don't play at all. Just because the billionaire. So he built New Albany. Him and Epstein built New Albany up. Epstein used the billionaire, his money. So back in the day, in the 80s, 90s, the billionaire wanted to join either the Jefferson Country Club, Gahanna Country Club, one country club. But since he lived on the outskirts of Gahanna, they would not allow him. At least that was the excuse back then. I'm sure there's some history behind it, because the billionaire was perceived a certain way other than a billionaire. If you catch my drift. Well, if you know like I know, the billionaire is the man when it comes to finances in Columbus, Ohio, and almost the world. I'm wondering if country club or whatever knew a little bit more. So after they told him he was not allowed to join their He-Man Woman Hater Club, what does any other rich billionaire do? They start their own He-Man Woman Hater Club. So, New Albany was dying. At one point in time, my dad said he could have bought a house out here for like $70,000 in the early 90s when we first moved to Gahanna. He says he kicks himself in the ass to this day because it's worth a huge chunk of change. Growing up, I thought, I'm gonna find some young rich girl from New Albany, because I went to Gahanna, but I hung out in New Albany sometimes. Nah, I didn't even get a rich girl from Gahanna. But back then, that was when the Abercrombie and Finch magazine was going on, before the Epstein fucking scandal and shit. The girls were running away. I went to school with some girls that like 15, 16, stripping, and you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had a roommate my age who went to New Albany. She would tell me crazy stories about going to the billionaire house whenever they came into Columbus. If that tells you how powerful the billionaire is. And his connections he had with Epstein. My roommate, we called her a dingbat because she would tell a lot of crazy stories. And one of the crazy stories she would say is she would see a lot of young prostitutes around New Albany all the time. You know, because these rich people, they have like trophy wives, but they cheat on their wives a lot. I'm not here trying to, degrade nobody at all. I'm not trying to talk down upon nobody, slander. No. I'm just here to tell you my observations. Coming from being raised in a city right next to where Epstein once lived. If you guys get this video up to 1,000 likes, I'll go back in the fall where you can see the house a little more visually, because all the foliage will fall. I know this area very well, like the back of my hand. When I was a kid, we would take country drives that aren't country drives no more, where Intel's being built. Facebook has a headquarters. Google has headquarters. And you tell me I'm a blue collar individual. I've been gaslit, blackballed, pushed out of friendships, companies, and whatnot. I know too much for my own damn good. This Thomas with Lukewarm Mess. God bless. Love y'all.